This is a sports catastrophe production. Hey there, Heather, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diving welcoming you to another sports catastrophe birthday boy. Actually, it's not a birthday boy, as you can probably guess by the screen shot. No, it's a birthday girl, and she is one of the most intense soccer players in history. This is Mia Hamm. She is 49 years old today on St. Patrick's Day, 1972. She's a soccer icon, two-time Olympic gold medalist and two-time FIFA Women's World Cup champion. She was a forward for the U.S. team from 1987 to 2004 and the face of the women's soccer in the United States. She was a star for the North Carolina women's soccer team and got them to not one, not two, but four straight NCAA soccer titles. She competed in four World Cup tournaments, 91, 95, 99, and 2003, the first four in history. She got to three. She was part of three Olympic Games teams, 96, 2K, and 2K4. She actually had the record for most international goals scored by either gender until 2013, and is behind, but is only behind Abby Wambach and Christine St. Clair. Wambach from the U.S. Canada's Christine St. Clair. She's third in U.S. history for international caps, 276, but best in assists, 144 times. She's a superstar. She is a co-owner of Los Angeles FC, not the LA Galaxy, LAFC. She's actually a global ambassador for FC Barcelona. So basically, she was born in Alabama. She actually had to wear corrective shoes because she was born with a club foot. And she spent her childhood on many U.S. Air Force bases because of her failure to be in the Air Force. From 89 to 93, she played for North Carolina in the women's soccer thing, winning 4 titles in 5 years. She actually redshirted, aka she didn't take part in the 91 season because of the fact she wanted to be part of the 91 Women's World Cup team in China. Basically, that was the first ever World Cup. North Carolina only lost one game that she played in out of 95, which was amazing and all that. She was actually named one of the ACC's greatest athletes from the first 50 years of the conference, which started in 1953. Michael Jordan was named the other one. Mia Hamm made her debut for the U.S. women's team at age 15, which was amazing. After only 2 years after the U.S. national team played in their first ever international match. She was the youngest person ever to play for the team and scored her first goal during her 17th appearance. She competed in 4 Women's World Cup events, as I said, the first 4, and 3 Olympic Games. In the 91 World Cup, she was surprisingly named to the roster for the inaugural title, but mostly because the head coach of the team was North Carolina coach Anson Durrance. She was 19 years old. She actually ended up scoring the winning goal in the first game of the tournament for the U.S. over Sweden, 3-2. She scored in their second group stage match when they beat Brazil 5-0, and they beat Japan. They got to the knockout stage beating Taipei, aka Taiwan, 7-0. They defeated Germany 5-2 in the semis, and the United States beat Norway for the title at 2-1. In the second tournament in Sweden, Hamm was on it. The U.S. started poorly, tying with China. In fact, the U.S. played Denmark in their second match and won 2-0. And Hamm was actually in net because U.S. goalie Brianna Scurry got a red card and was removed from the match. U.S. beat Australia 4-1 to get to the knockout stage. Beat Japan in the quarters 4-0. And then Norway shocked them with a 1-0 win in the semis. They did get third place after beating China and getting revenge on them 2-0. Hamm played for the 96 Olympic team in Atlanta, which was the first Olympic team tournament to have women's soccer. U.S. faced Denmark in the first game and beat them 3-0. They beat Sweden 2-1 and tied China 0-0. They were second in Group E. They beat Norway in the semifinals, kind of getting revenge for the World Cup loss. And then they faced China in the final. Hamm had a lot of injuries, but the U.S. still won 2-1. Then she got to be part of the 99 Women's World Cup squad hosted by the United States. U.S. crushed Denmark 3-0. And crushed Nigeria 7-1. The U.S. beat South Korea 3-0, despite the fact that the U.S. were resting a lot of their players. The U.S. won the quarters against Germany 3-2, and Mia Hamm won her team a penalty, which was knocked in by Michelle Akers, and the U.S. won 2-0. But the 99 Women's World Cup final would be one of the greatest matches ever. At the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, China and the U.S. fought to 90 minutes of regulation time and 30 minutes of sudden death without a goal. So they had to do the penalty kicks and all that. The U.S. ended up winning that kick shootout 5-4. Only one save, and that was the American saving. It's amazing. Mia Hamm actually collapsed in the locker room from severe dehydration and got lots of fluids. But thankfully, she was fine for that. In the 2000 Olympics, she actually took part. Helped the U.S. beat Norway 2-0 to start off the group stages. They tied China 1-1 and then beat Nigeria 3-1. They got to the semifinals. The U.S. beat Brazil. However, the Norwegians shocked the world by winning in sudden death overtime over the United States and getting the gold medal. The U.S. had to settle for silver. The 2003 Women's World Cup will have to be put in the United States because of SARS. Hamm said this would be her last kick of the can at the World Cup. The U.S. beat Sweden 3-1 in the first group stage. And then she put up 2 goals against Nigeria to help them win 5-0. The U.S. easily won their final group stage 3-0. And of course, Mia Hamm was rested because they needed them for the knockout stages. U.S. went to the quarterfinals. And the U.S. won 1-0. Norway hacked and slashed with 24 fouls. The U.S. got crushed 3-0 by Germany in the semifinals and beat Canada 3-1 for third. I'm shocked. I didn't know Canada got that far. I gotta take a look because this is a little bit suspicious. How did Canada do so well? So Canada was in Group C with Germany, Japan, and Argentina, but they beat Japan. I'm shocked. Germany crushed them, but they beat Argentina and they beat Japan 3-1. Wow. That was amazing. Quarterfinals, Canada beat China, which was a shock, I bet. Then they lost to Sweden in the semifinals 2-1. They had a 1-0 lead and they choked. And then, of course, the U.S. beat Canada. Canada had no chance. All right, cool. So she went to the Athens Olympics and would carry the American flag at the closing ceremony. Mia Hamm scored a goal against Greece to win 3-0, beat Brazil 2-0, converting a penalty, and basically tied Australia to advance to the quarterfinals, where they beat Japan 2-1, beat Germany 2-1 in overtime, and then again in overtime, the U.S. faced Brazil and won 2-1. So this was amazing. And all that. All those tournaments and all that. She would play club football for the women's team in the U.S. She decided to retire after that. So she got a lot of championships and all that. She was married to her college sweetheart Christian Corey, a Marine Corps helicopter pilot, but they divorced in 2001. And then she married Boston Red Sox shortstop Nomar Garciaparra in 2003. Hamm gave birth to twin girls, Isabella and Grace and Ava, and then had a son named Garrett. So yeah, so she's married to Nomar Garciaparra. That's not bad. She was known for philanthropy. She was basically the most marketable female athlete of her generation. She signed deals with Gatorade, Nike, Pepsi, Nabisco, Fleet Bank, Earth Grains, and Power Bar, and even was part of the and endorsed the first ever soccer Barbie that Mattel did. So yeah, that was pretty cool and all that. She is a legend and all that. Don't mess with Mia Hamm. She's super. I'm Jeff Diamond. I'll do.